Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are filming outside. Yay! The weather is really beautiful, so I thought let's move out of my house. This is my neighborhood. Maybe I'll show you a little bit. Well, it's still spring, so everything doesn't look that good. But just yeah, that's our what is it called? Our lawn, and it was actually named the best in Turku. During summer, it looks really, really beautiful. Anyway, enough of my neighborhood. Uh, I live just by the river, so maybe in the next video we'll go to the river or another place that with a beautiful nature. Actually, Finland has beautiful, beautiful nature, and a friend of mine, I know so many people don't want to come to Finland, or they fear coming to Finland because they think that it's really cold. Yes, it is cold, but the nature is so beautiful. I mean, there are 60,000, or is it over 60,000 lakes, and the whole place is green. There are lots of trees and berries, which I love. Anyway, so we are in high school. We are almost done with high school, but we are in high school. So yeah, so this one time, I like saying this one time. Well, yeah. So this one time, I had the attack, and so I ended up in hospital. And as I was lying there, well, I didn't get Valium, but as I was lying there, this lady, this nurse, uh, was pressing on my stomach, and obviously, I felt really funny because you remember I told you that with the illness, like whenever I had, the my chest tightens, and it feels like you have a muscle pull. So when someone, touches it, it feels like that. And I remember she said that, oh yeah, this one is 2 months pregnant, and I could hear her, but I could not I could not respond. And I remember that my class teacher, took me to hospital, uh, or she came with me to the hospital at that point. And so after the nurse said that I was pregnant, my teacher went and left, and she went to school and told the entire staff room that I am pregnant. Uh, later on when I came back to school, uh, well, I got to know that that was the rumor. But the thing that I'm still wondering is that as a class teacher, you're supposed to care for your student, and besides, when something when something like that happens to your student, to someone else, and they're still young, you don't go celebrating it, because it seems like she was actually celebrating the fact that I am you know pregnant. Anyway, I came to school, and I got to know about that, and I told them that it wasn't true because if I was pregnant, I wouldn't report back to school. I'd go home. That's what used to happen. So I think in Form 3 and Form 4, the um, the attack conversion disorder stopped, and then uh, I was still, having trouble sleeping, concentration, and all that. So that went on. I think it kind of got worse, especially with the, concentration and the sleep problems, and the dissociation as well. It it became it uh, it evolved to a kind of higher level, and most of the time I I was not, I could not, how do I, it was like a dream. I wasn't sure whether I am, like, for example, if I'm sitting here, uh, and I was not able to connect my being here and it being like a dream. Okay, let me phrase this. I was not able to, I'm not sure whether to say reconcile. I was more detached, like I was not able to reconcile my body and my I don't know whether to say mind or subconscious. So sometimes I'd be somewhere, but I'm not sure whether I'm actually there, because it felt like it was a dream and not me being there. Like I was watching myself, in sort of like in a movie, because I could not connect with that. And obviously I used to forget a lot. Uh, so yeah, so I finished high school. Um, you know, obviously, it was tough. Like I mentioned, it was still tough, and I didn't realize I had, my sunglasses until now. Anyways, I mean the sun is really like direct, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Uh, yeah, so I finished high school, thank God, and so in Kenya, what happens when you finish high school? You have to wait until you get the final results that determine whether you're going to high school or determine which high school you're going to. So, I mean, sorry, not high school, college. College. I'm not sure why I'm talking too much about high school. There was, I think, in one of the videos also, I said when I was in high school. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah. So during that time when I completed my high school, uh, obviously, I had put on weight because I was using fast food to protect myself, because I I did not have support and I did not have anyone to share what I was going through, because they did not understand. And you can't blame them. There's some things that you have to experience for you to understand. Well, I'm not wishing dissociation or uh, sleep disorder on anyone. It's really, really horrible. Anyway, so when I was so I was home for, I think, 3 months or 4 months, I don't remember. Anyway, so I wanted to lose weight because my self-esteem was really low. And let me just, something I remembered, sorry. So when in high school, one of my friends, or some of my friends, they would not want to share a seat with me uh, because apparently I was occupying too much space, and they let me know about that. Then it was uh, it it hurt then, but later on I started thinking about it, and it was kind of, it felt funny in a way. um I think it, I took it as, the way kids make fun of each other. They don't necessarily mean that. Well, some of them mean what they're saying, but you just you just make fun of each other. It's just some sort of a way of friendship. Yeah. So anyway, so during that time I wanted to lose weight, and so I embarked on uh, avoiding food. Uh, of course, I'd eat something, but I tried as much. I tried as much as possible to avoid eating, and especially I would do that when my mom wasn't around. Uh, so that's breakfast and lunch, and I would eat during the night. I mean, in the evening or dinner, but I would not eat much. So there was a time my auntie, who's a nurse, came to visit us, and at this point in time, I kind of I felt like puking, and I went and puked blood, like clumps of blood, and so I told them about it, and she was like, I think you have like ulcers, because people, you just don't, you know just don't vomit that. I don't remember whether I went to hospital or not, but anyway, that kind of scared me. uh yeah, so that was before college. So when the final results came out, I did not do well. So in terms of, I did not qualify to go to uni directly. uh, that obviously really, you know hurt me, and I was really down. But thank God for my mom. I went to uni. My mom is one of those people who, she's too kind, or em empathetic or sympathetic. I'm not really sure what word to use on her. Sometimes I think that she's paying school fees for everyone. She's too generous, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I did want to to pursue fashion design, but you know, it's not marketable in Kenya, so I had to think of other options. I mean, I have the reason why I wanted to do fashion design, because I have always drawn. I mean, I have a gift of drawing, and I remember when I was in lower primary, I used to um, draw some sort of story. The way you write stories. So, for instance, they would give me an exercise book, and I'll draw from the beginning to the end. But it would be like a story, and I used to do that also in high school. And in high school, I also uh, wrote stories. I'm not sure. Yeah, wrote stories, and I remember just recently one of my classmates reminded me, and I had forgotten about that, completely forgotten. But anyway, um, still forgetfulness, followed me to uni, and there were times, I think I mentioned this in one of the videos, where I would forget people's names, and that was kind of embarrassing, and it also made me feel bad about myself, uh, because you can imagine, again, you know, your friend doesn't remember your name. Uh, I, for instance, I'd move from the kitchen to the living room, because I'm going to, you know, I went to pick up something, but when I got there, I could not remember what I was doing there, or how I even got there. So that followed me to uni, and yeah, but still at the same time, I have always been looking for a name, because um, I wanted to know what was happening to me, and at some point I wished I had cancer, or uh, any sort of disease that can be physically evaluated. I think probably I mentioned this in one of the videos, but I don't remember. Anyways, So I actually wished to have that because I had these symptoms, but there was no name for it. Um, so college was also kind of the same thing. The good thing was that, I was free in a way, um, in the sense that uh, I would make my own decisions, but still I had a problem with, again, sleeping, forgetfulness, and all. But it became worse. The dissociation was, like I said, it went to another level. So most of the time I'd be sleeping. I would sleep, and I wasn't able to wake up, and the insomnia, uh, the oversleepiness, and the dissociation. Um, Sometimes I'd not be able to go to class, and I remember some of my roommates, because we changed, roomies throughout the 3 years that we were uh, in college, and I remember some of my roommates would tell me that, that I'm lazy, or I'm ducking, school and all that, and they would tell me, why do I avoid going to class? Why am I lazy? And it wasn't just them, and it was also, some other people around in the in this, in college, and it was something that I could not control. I'd go to the school clinic, but there was nothing. I also started having migraines, so I'd go there, and they were not able to help me. So I had to survive by myself. Nobody understood what it was about, so I kept this to myself. And also in college, I tried to commit suicide, I think twice, um, but it didn't work. I went to the bathroom and put my finger in, and I puked. Yeah. So that's a little bit about college. Our time is up, so we will catch up next time.